whatever, didn't they? I think so.
Something like that. I can't remember.
We had, after the match, Abyss vowed, here we come, we're coming.
They're here.
They is coming. Oh, here's the thing, right? TNA puts this photo up on their website, right? And it says, they're here. And it's a big white sign, right? They're here. Here's the thing. Just, like, man, I wish I could find an image of it. Hold on a minute.
They're here.
Is this it?
I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest.
Okay, if I put this in the chat, here you guys go in the chat room, okay? This link, they're here. Dude, check your spelling, bro. Check the spelling on the...
Oh, is that the sign at the very end of the night?
There. With they're here.
Is that the one with Hardy, Jarrett, and Abyss?
Right. Well,
right?
the guy, it's the one with,
Abyss is holding up the sign, right?
Right. Abyss is got the sign, and Jarrett and Hardy are next to him.
I've seen that.
This big grin on their face, like, this fucking moron, whoever made this sign, right? It says, they're here, but he spells there, T-H-E-R-E, which is... not right. Not correct grammar. Classic wrestling fan. And of course, they put that up on WZROnline.com as their top story after the event ended. Gotta be a rib, right? Gotta be a rib on the fan. Gotta be a rib on the fan. Gotta be some sort of rib on the fan. It was awesome, man. When I saw that, I was like, oh, Jesus.
Just days are here.
Days are here. Classic wrestling fans. Brutal typo.
I love, but I was gonna say, man, that feud though, I've loved that feud, bro. That was a really good built-up feud. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, just really good stuff. Rob Van Dam, obviously, he had been out of action here for a little bit, but he's back now and appeared at the Impact tapings as well. So we got that. What else, man? We had what was that?
We had the handicap match. Kevin Nash, Sting, and the Pope against Joe and Jarrett.
This was good, man. This is all right.
I think everybody was more expecting they to show up here. You know what I'm saying? I thought everybody was expecting that. They were more interested in that than the actual match. But I think they built it pretty good here.
They kind of set it up because they had Jarrett. Jarrett walked out on Joe.
Yep.
And Nash is on his way out tonight.
I don't think, man.
I think so. I think tonight is Nash's final night with the company. Unless something was worked out yesterday or today, I think he's done.
I just think it's a work, bro. I really do, because pretty much, I mean, if you read the spoilers for yesterday to anybody anybody that has, I mean, I think that he's getting more built into the storyline more so than getting taken out. So I just think it's a work. Knowing Hogan, knowing Bischoff and Nash, they're infamous for doing that. So
they did an angle tonight, and I think he's done. I know it's possible, it's very possible that it could be a work. I don't think it is. I think he is done. It's not, basically, Nash, at this point in Nash's career, he's, as crazy as it may sound, he's got a family, he's got kids, and he's earned a lot of money, and is one of those guys that, believe it or not, has invested it. And has money. Nash is not broke. I mean, I know a lot of times you associate Kevin Nash, and you kind of do. You associate Kevin Nash with Sean Waltman and Scott Hall as maybe this...
Not at all.
Yeah,
complete opposites.
Complete opposites, where Kevin Nash has got a lot of money saved up from over the years, and I think he wants to be a family man, wants to go home. He doesn't need TNA, and his contract is up, and I think he went and asked for more money, knowing that, you know what, if they give me more money, I'll stick around. If they don't give me money, I don't need this. And I'll go back home and I'll be a family man. And I think that is what is happening, where he knew his contract is up, went, asked for more money. They said no, and he said, all right, no hard feelings, but I'm done. I'm going to go be a family man, and that's why he's not trashing TNA on the way out. He's putting them over and basically says, continue supporting the guys in that company, and it's not a personal issue, it's just a money issue.
See, I've been hearing lately, man, like, this is what I heard today. I heard something that Hogan was pushing pretty hard for them to re-sign Nash for however much money he wanted. You know what I mean? That big money, but I don't think they're going to give him that much money. I mean, I don't think they're going to give him that much money if he comes back. That's what I read today, something about how Hogan was pushing for Nash to stay, but...
Well, I'm sure Hogan's going to push for it. Here's the problem. Hogan, as much as he likes to believe he's not the owner of that company, and Dixie Carter's
definitely not. It's her final say.
Yeah, Dixie Carter's going to be the one that makes the final decision, and I think he's done. I don't think he needs TNA, and I think this stuff from his Twitter is genuine. You know, I think he is. He's out of here, man. After tonight, we'll have more on that next week, or after we go off the air tonight. You guys will see something on the websites. But I think I know Chris kind of disagrees, but
I think we'll see, man. I think I think Hogan though needs Nash more than Nash needs Hogan and TNA. So.
Right.
That's always been the case over the years, so we'll see.
All right. By the way, the Mr. Spectacular was a former Big Brother contestant, so who knows where they're going with that. All right, Lethal Lockdown match. What'd you think of this, man?
I liked it, man. I thought it had its moments, but like I said, I mean, it's one of those, before they get to the actual undoing of the Lethal Lockdown, it's a pretty long match, you know what I mean? So
you know that Brian Kendrick was on top of that cage?
Over an hour?
Over an hour? Well, since the beginning of the pay-per-view, unless he snuck down during the pay-per-view, because he can climb the rafters and then jump down onto the cage, but...
That was crazy. Like, I did not expect... And what the hell? Was he meditating at the top of the cage?
I don't know what he was doing, man. He's got it. I love it. Kendrick's got it, man. If they were to give him a proper gimmick... I just remember when he was in WWE, right? And remember when he was doing that stuff? God, I can't remember exactly what it was, but he was outside the ring, and he was cheering someone on. Who was it? It wasn't.
I don't even remember.
It wasn't that long. It was only a couple months ago. It was probably 6 months. Was it? Who was it? What was that WWE angle not long ago? Had him out there. It was all white. Ezekiel Jackson. That's who it was. Ezekiel Jackson, where he'd be on the outside and cheer him on with the mic, and that was good stuff. And he was great on the mic there, and we know he's got it in ring, so I don't know.
I mean, like I said, though, I think it was a nice big brawl, bro, but I just didn't understand the outcome. Why put EV 2.0 over Fortune when pretty much, I don't know, I don't want to say it's the end of EV 2.0, but I think they'd be going their separate ways pretty much.
Well, Tommy Dreamer pinned AJ Styles, and AJ Styles, remember the I Quit match that they had at the last pay-per-view, and
Styles beat him.
Right, Styles did the thing, he had a fork in Dreamer's eye, and Dreamer quit, and everybody was like, Dreamer never quits from back in the old ECW days, Dreamer never gives up, he never quits. So I think this was, I don't know, Dreamer's way of going over on Styles. Not that makes sense. I mean, the guy you want to put over is AJ Styles, and we already did it once with the I Quit stipulation, but this
You should never put Tommy Dreamer over AJ Styles. I know you're going to disagree with me then.
No, I'm not. No, dude, I agree. You are... Listen, to put Tommy Dreamer over AJ Styles, give me a fucking break, bro. But they did it.
I hated it. I mean, it's like I wanted AJ Styles to be out of this feud with him so bad because AJ Styles. I mean, he was voted PWI as #1 wrestler of the year.
Come on, now wait a minute.
He's one of their biggest stars.
Listen.
Feud with Tommy.
Chris Hall. Okay, listen to this. After we get into this big thing last week about how this fucking PWI this, PWI that, Michelle McCool ranked #1, this motherfucker says, well, AJ Styles was ranked #1 on the PWI list. Get the fuck out of here with that PWI list. That shit is garbage.
You don't think AJ Styles is one of the top wrestlers, though?
Well, I know AJ Styles is one.
Exactly. That's all I'm trying to prove. I'm not trying to say the list is right or wrong.
But I know that.
On this list, he was #1. He's probably one of the best talents they got, one of the best in-ring workers they got, and they're freaking putting this guy in matches with Tommy Dreamer, losing in the match to Tommy Dreamer.
Okay, and Michelle McCool, right? Michelle McCool is just this. I mean, she is. Oh my God, #1.
No, I just said it's totally not about PWI. I'm just saying I'm using it as an example that they had him as #1, and he is pretty much #1 to a lot of people. But I mean, you got him facing a guy who pretty much got a paycheck for 10 years of doing nothing in the WWE is a joke.
I didn't listen to a goddamn word you said except for PWI, and PWI blows dick.
So does Tommy Dreamer.
Well, we are on the same page, David Allen. WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. Get to our live chat room tonight. We got a lot of people in there. We still got hour number 2 coming up in about 7 minutes after we take a commercial break, and come back, take your live phone calls, run down news, rumors, backstage gossip, all sorts of good shit in hour number 2, so stick around for that.
And the final match of the night, my man, the thing that still has the internet world community, the internet wrestling community, my bad, still talking today, was Jeff Hardy beating Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson.
Jeff Hardy beating Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson. This was good. The match itself was really good.
Really good, I agree.
And then the finish, we all knew what was coming. We all knew that Abyss, Jeff Jarrett, Eric Bischoff, and Hulk Hogan were going to be revealed this day. We had put that up on the website a few weeks ago. What we did not see is the Jeff Hardy heel turn.
And this was something I told you about. I think I told you this or maybe it was Rob I told. I had read on the internet by one reporter who just did his own little tiny blog that's not even big, that TNA had been planning for weeks to have Hogan's heel faction include one of Rob Van Dam or Jeff Hardy. So I was a little bit like it could happen, so I wasn't as surprised.
The Jeff Hardy turn was very surprising. Also surprising, what is with the Clark loves spinach?
Oh, because they were saying when you did your little when you tried to do your little imitation of me, they said you sounded like Popeye.
Oh. I saw all this shit about Clark taking spinach in the chat room. Thinking,
you're like, what the hell?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, you want to know the one thing though, man? I think that this match proved more than anything that has to do with TNA and Jeff Hardy.
What's that?
I think this pretty much proves that TNA no longer fears Jeff Hardy being imprisoned. I pretty much think that this really proves that this man is not going to go to jail. That they must know something.
Well, let me ask you.
Yes, sir.
Do you or anybody else? Okay, this guy has. Okay, I'm thinking, wasn't he supposed to be to court in 2004, and then they postponed it to 2005, and then he went back in 2006, and they postponed it again, so he came back in 2007, and then they postponed it again, and he went to 2008, and then they had a year off, and they came back, and he's supposed to be here again in 2010. I don't know, man. I've never seen a case. I don't know, but the guy's got great lawyers.
Oh, definitely, dude.
Right?
Definitely.
How is he able to get this postponed this many times? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a case take this long to go before a judge.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, this is my thing, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, everybody knows that the first choice, instead of putting the belt on RVD, was Jeff Hardy, but they didn't do it because of his legal trouble. So months and months later, now they're putting it on him, and probably one of the biggest angles they've had all year. So, you gotta really, really think that they know he's not going to go to jail, because if he does go to jail, man, that's going to be a huge blow.
And let me say this, right? We had TNA drug testing about a month and a half ago, okay? The results come back, and basically over half the roster fails the test, okay, for one thing or another. And listen, we've all seen videos of Jeff Hardy, and we all know Jeff Hardy's past. We all know TNA's drug testing policy, how guys go ahead, they fail a drug test, and they are taken to a room, and they are told, you failed the drug test, and nothing ever happens. And we know Jeff Hardy is, listen, you can view videos, it's like his brother, you can view videos and tell by the sound of his voice or the glossy